Hello guys, how are you doing today? It's a pleasure having you here. Today is the 27th of February, and of course, this is a new week. And we are going to be talking about the Euro USD from the higher time frame perspective, and this is the daily, right? Last week we had a strong move to the downside, right? And of course, this was thanks to the dollar strength. So basically, we had this here as a form of continuation. And the reason why I'm showing you this from the daily time frame, because if we look at this, we've drawn our Fibonacci from all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, right? As it was originally a downtrend, but then you could consider this move, you can consider this up move here as a pullback, right? Meaning that we had this as a pullback to this area of support, resistance, resistance, and then you can see what happened in this whole area here. In this whole area here, we had it react. Oh, sorry, let me just draw something around there. Okay, so in this whole area here, you saw the reaction here. And if you look closely, you should be able to see a sort of wedge pattern here when the price got to this point here. So this was the wedge pattern here that, initiated the down move, right? So from this point here, you could have easily dropped down to a lower time frame to look for, a discounted entry here, and then we have it going all the way down. But now we are at a crucial area, right? As you can see, support, 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 resistance, 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 support, support. So it's more or less there. It might get there today or tomorrow, who knows? But then it's more or less there. So we are looking forward to something of this manner. Either it gets there nicely, much better, and then it's bounces from there. But we have a nice break to the downside, and then this area acts as a resistance, and then it draws further down to the next area of interest, flip zone, where we have support, resistance, 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 as you can see over here. So this could also be another area of interest. Now look at what's happening over here from this Euro USD, right? You can see from the chart we need to first of all find out what's going to happen in this area. Is it going to be a bounce or a break? This is very crucial because if it obeys this area here from this top here, and this was an extension play, by the way, you can see we have the 61.8 confluencing with this area here, right? So an extension play because it pushed higher than this. It probably would have knocked out some stop losses along the way, and then it's dropping. Now, if this area should break, right, trust me, apart from getting here, more or less you should get back to this point here of 0.95. And this happened to be the lows from last year. This was the lows of last year. Remember last year we got to parity on the fiber Euro USD, and then it dropped much lower to about 0.95 area. So from what we have in front of us, right, it's always good to also check the calendar, right? So let's check the calendar for this week. So if you check the calendar, you should also have some key data either for euros, right, or for the dollar USD. So if you look at what we have over here right in front of us, Monday, we don't have any data. So more or less the market might be a bit quiet on Mondays. And we're focusing on either euro or USD. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have for the dollar, 4 p.m. and that's high impact. This 4 p.m. is based on the Nigerian time, which is 3 p.m. UK time and so on. So make sure that you always relate this times over here to your own time zone, right? So it tallies what you're looking at. We also have the dollar coming out again, high impact March 1st, the beginning of the new month, March. And then we have another one on Friday. But the one on Friday, even though this is the first Friday, is just the services PMI. It means that it's the next Friday, March 10th, that we'll have the NFP, the non-farm payroll for March, right? So always take note of the high impact news based on the instruments that you are trading, right? Always take note of the high impact news based on the instruments that you are trading. And this is what we have right in front of us from the Forex Factory calendar. You can always get this from different news sources, but Forex Factory is well simplified. It's easy, straight to the point, based on the relationship between the actual and the forecast, right? So you can see we don't have any data for today, Monday. It is still tomorrow. So we have some data, and then we can now know whether it is good or bad for the currency. So back to this EURUSD from the daily time frame perspective. Don't forget, daily time frame, obviously, it simply means that you are a swing trader or you're a position trader. So it means that you're going to be holding this for the long haul. So this week, we don't have anything on the euro. Only if we have like a breaking news. But so far so good, we have nothing scheduled for the euros. So we just pay attention to the dollar. And of course, the dollar has been gaining a bit of strength of late. And I can tell you for a fact, obviously from what we have over here, if it breaks this area, then you know we're going further down to this next area. And if we get here, more or less, we could as well see price getting down back to below parity for the fiber to about 0.95. So we're going to be stopping here, just give you a quick rundown of what's happening for the fiber EURUSD from the daily time frame perspective. Don't forget the time frame also matters when you are conducting your analysis. So if you have any questions, feel free to use the comment section, right? And then of course, if the video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. You're new to the channel, do the needful, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Okay, thank you guys. Make sure to trade safely. Use a stop loss. Always ensure you use a stop loss. It's there to protect your account from total loss, from total account depletion, right? And also make sure you calculate your risk appropriately. And of course, your trading should go smoothly according to plan. Okay, guys, thank you. You can watch the previous video where we talked about how to conduct a market review, right, for the weekend that will help you for the next week. So hopefully you watch that one quickly and you learn a thing or two, and then hopefully it helps you for this week's trading. Okay, guys, thank you and goodbye.